everybody, I wanted to get on here today because I have a few things to show you guys. The first thing I was going to show y'all was this journal that I did a few weeks ago. It's actually a Poe Journal, or Edgar Allan Poe Journal, for my son RJ. He really likes the dark kind of stuff, and I put this journal together for him. There's not a lot of embellishment in it. He loves to draw and write and doodle, and so I wanted to be sure that he had plenty of space to write or sketch or whatever he wanted to do. But he wanted an Edgar Allan Poe journal. And then he had also picked out a black and gray paper pad, so I used those papers in there. The printable kit that I used on this was from Calico Collage. It's actually a Halloween one, but I tried to not use any of the papers that had Happy Halloween or anything about Halloween, or pumpkins, which I think there's one piece in here that has a little pumpkin on it, but I tried to make sure to put it on the back so it wasn't super visible. But on the front, I put a little journal tag for him, and then there's, of course, a photo of Edgar Allan Poe and the Black Raven. I put a black feather on here, book page, and then this is a little metal piece that it's a Tim Holtz that I had gotten at the craft store, and then I also put a couple of the little metal corner pieces on the book for him. I made this one out of file folders, but it's pretty sturdy because I made sure to put some good sturdy papers on there, and I reinforced the spine. And on the spine I did a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. I made sure the spine was reinforced, and the dimensions on this book are 5 3/4 wide by 8 3/4 long, and the spine is an inch, I believe. Let me see. No, it's 3/4 inches. Okay. So 3/4 inches on the spine. So we're going to get into this, and then I have a few other things that I worked on yesterday that I want to show y'all. So we'll go ahead and flip through this, and then I'll show you guys what I'm working on. So on the front cover, I did a little embellishing here. There's some different papers, and then I made this is a jumbo journaling card that I did. It's actually just cut from one of the pages from the digital kit that I got from Calico Collage. I will link in the description where I got the kit from, because she's got really pretty kits also. And then these little journaling cards I placed in there in the front pocket. And then on the front of the first signature, which this one has 3 signatures in it, they're not very large, they're pretty small, but I made it to where it could be added to, things could be added into it pretty easily. I did some embellishing here, and then I did a embellished playing card, and I just put I distressed the playing card, and I put book page and then stamped a feather on it, and then another journaling card. Okay. And then on the back of the front of the first signature, I did another pocket here, and I know that page is upside down. It doesn't seem to bother him, so this was a specialty paper that I had in my stash, and I just used it and distressed it, put it in there. This is a journaling card from the kit, and then also another just little specialty piece of paper that I put in there. And this little card here, this is a paper pad, and then a metal key, on there, and then I just distressed the back of this. This is a children's writing book paper. This comes coffee dyed tracing paper, coffee dyed ledger paper. We've got a book page, and this is a jumbo index card that I just distressed around, and then it's the center of the signature, and I have the altered paper clip that I made and stamped a black feather onto. And like I said, there's not a lot of embellishing in there. I wanted him to actually be able to use it, and I didn't want it to look extremely feminine, but he really seems to like it. So this is the back of the signature. Oh, clothespin's going wonky. And then we've got a couple of just journaling cards. This is just specialty paper that I had. This is as well, and then I put one of the journaling cards onto it. So, but they're blank, and this one can be written on or drawn on. And then, oops, I've got 2 pages clipped together. That's the back of the signature of the first signature, and I just have the moth embellishment with some cheesecloth on here. And this is the middle signature. I did some stamping on this page. And then this is a little envelope and card from the kit. And I think this is the piece that has the pumpkin on it. But yeah, on the back right here. Little witch with a pumpkin, but I kind of just put it on the back so that it wasn't extremely noticeable, but this card was super cute and I wanted to put it in there. A crossword letter page, and then this is a paper pad paper, and you may recognize it from my video yesterday. I used the same paper in one of the Alice journals. It's really cute paper, I like it. Tracing paper that's been coffee dyed. And this is a printable paper from the kit. More tracing paper, and this is paper pad. And an altered paper clip. It's not a black raven, but it still looked good with the book, so I threw it in there. Okay. So there's tons of places for him to write or doodle or sketch. Anything he would like to do. So, and then this is the third signature, and I did do some stamping on several of the pages. Third signature, there's another pocket in the front, and I use a lot of cardstock. I just like the heavier feel. I like it a little more heavy duty, so I generally will use the cardstock for the ephemera. Except for specialty papers that I stick in there. So these are really cute. Okay, then we've got some more paper pad, and this is coffee dyed copy paper. Another crossword page, paper pad, and this is a little book page. And this is from a paper pad. In the center of the signature. Book page, the back side of the paper pad, and the crossword sheet. And then we're getting to the end of the third signature. There's another pocket, and I have these 2 little pieces here. And they can be written on the back of. These are included in the digital kit. And then in the back pocket, I've got, this is the other side of the paper that I cut for the front journaling tag. And then I've got some more specialty papers in there. And this is actually the same type of paper that I did the other journaling card with the spider. I have a few little pieces of that, and then this little piece of paper. And then the back cover, this is paper pad, and I did some stamping, and then this card was in the digital kit, and I added it to the back. I did not put a closure on this one. Most of my closures that I have are ribbon, and I wanted to keep it pretty masculine for him, so I did not put a closure on it. Doesn't really need it. We just, depending on how much stuff he puts in it, we'll see if he needs one later. But I wanted to show you guys that. I did finish that a few weeks ago, and again, I made this out of a file folder, so it turned out really, really cute. And then, let's see, this is one that I'm currently working on, but if anybody knows me, there's always more than one project going on in my life. So this was a book that I had purchased, a hardcover book, and then yesterday it was like this smoky blue color, and my favorite colors are blue and green. So I went ahead and just went with the blue, gessoed it, the book cover, and then added some other shades of blue into that, and then re-gessoed it, and then I added some stamping onto the book cover, and then I went ahead and added some cute papers I had to it. These are actually all Tim Holtz papers, so they're pretty heavy duty. And then I threw a couple butterflies on there, and I made this journal tag and put the lace around it. Inside, I went ahead and started reinforcing the spine part of it. It's going to have a hidden spine, so, but I want to make sure that this doesn't rip, because I saw some places where the book was, you know, it didn't feel like it was really super sturdy, so I went ahead and started reinforcing it. And I do plan on covering up both the inside cover. You can see some of my notes I've got notes written in here for what I'm doing. And then right now I went ahead and did covers for 4 signatures. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with 4 signatures. I was thinking about maybe putting an insert into this book, like a different type of insert, but I'm still debating on that, so I may or may not go with the 4 signatures. But these are all Tim Holtz papers, or a cardstock, I guess I should say. Came from a cardstock pad, or 2 cardstock pads that I have. And I think if I take out a signature, it's probably going to be this one, because it kind of looks like an oddball out compared to the other ones. But I do like that paper though. And then this one, so I went ahead and cut. I haven't distressed around any of them yet, but I went ahead and cut, and I clipped the corners with the corner punch, and we'll see how far I get on that one. And then also yesterday, well, let me show you this one, because I did not do this yesterday. I did this about a month and a half ago. This is just, will eventually be a book cover, but it's on cardstock. It's pretty hefty. But what I did was took cardstock, and there's tea grounds in this, and feathers, string, like pieces of thread, and I collaged all that onto a piece of cardstock, and then overlaid it with tissue, like the paper tissue, and then went over that with PVA glue and water. So it took it a while to dry, but it ended up making, I think it's going to be a pretty cool book cover, but I haven't decided yet. but I'm pretty sure that's going to end up being a book cover. It would make a good book cover. And then yesterday also, while I was working on that one book cover, I did these. I have lots and lots of scraps from doing books and just from different stuff. So I started tearing these, and I actually first saw the idea from Yvonne Preston, and then which she got it, I believe, from Artie Mays, but it's just collage. And what I did is I have this craft cardstock, and I just collaged it onto that because I really like the size for a book cover. So I went ahead and just started ripping up pieces of my scraps, and I collaged them onto these cardstocks. And I used Mod Podge on these, and it worked out really well. So I didn't have any problem with any of the scraps sticking down. It all looks really good, and I like the texture. And some of the papers are textured, and I like the texture on there. These will probably eventually be book covers, and I have 3 of them, and I actually did not use up all my scraps, but I have that one, and this one, and this one. And actually think about, they might be good for like a quilting or sewing journals. But once I got the collage done and it was all dry, I just sewed over it just with a dry brush. Just sewed over it just to lighten it up and kind of just bring it all together so it wasn't just so blurring some of the colors. But I still have some more work to do on these. I think I'm going to do some stamping, and I might put I'm really thinking about adding some watercolor onto these, but I'm pretty sure they're going to end up being book covers. But I wanted to show you those, and that's pretty much what I've got going on. I'm also planning on this week to get another baby blanket on my loom, and see if I can get that in the works. And I had picked up some really pretty yarn from Hobby Lobby on sale, and it's going to make a fantastic baby blanket. So I've got that going on too. But I wanted to show you guys this stuff just to share it and show y'all what I'm working on. And I'm thinking about in the future doing some craft with me videos, and we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of scared to do it, but I think it would be really fun. So I'm gonna get RJ to help me, and we'll figure out how to accomplish that to where it's not craziness. But I will talk to you guys soon. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing my works in progress and the projects that I'm working on, and RJ's Poe book. And just leave me a comment or click subscribe, and I'm going to keep putting up videos and showing you guys what I'm working on. So have a great day. Bye-bye.